Hello, welcome to Small Family Adventures Devotional Time. This is a new chapter in John that we're looking at. So if you have your Bible, please turn there. John chapter 7. And this is after previously Jesus had fed the 5,000 and then talked about himself being the bread of life. So now we're coming on to time where it's the Feast of Tents or Tabernacles. And this is where the Jewish people would live out away from their home. They would build these tents that had, they were portable-ish, and they would have leaves and other things that we're not going to get into here because of time. And they would remember God being with them in the wilderness as God freed them from Egypt. Okay, so now we are here. Jesus is talking to his brothers. Yes, this would be his real brothers. Jesus was not an only child in the family. There were brothers and sisters as well, and including one who ends up writing the book of James because his name was James. So Jesus went about in Galilee, but he would not go in Judea. And we're going to do some speed talking through this. If you want to catch up on it, we only have 10 minutes to do the devotionals, so we want to keep it light and see where we can go with this. So Jesus avoided Judea because they were trying to kill him. Those that did not like him were trying to kill him. Now, at this time was the Feast of Booths or Tents, Tabernacles. And so his brothers said to him, "Leave here, go to Judea, that your disciples also may see the works that you are doing. For no one works in secret if he seeks to be known openly. If you do these things, show yourself to the world." Verse 5, for not even his brothers believed in him. So his brothers didn't believe him at all. Interesting thing, though, that's a really good statement. If you're trying to make yourself known, you're not going to do it in secret. It's not going to be a quiet thing, right? Or as Jesus said, don't hide your light under a bushel. You're going to put it on a lampstand where it'll light the whole room, right? But Jesus said to them, my time has not yet come. So Jesus has a plan. There is a plan that he's following. He's following the Father's plan. And the time here is not it. The world cannot hate you, but it hates me because I testify that its works are evil. They don't like that. They don't like knowing that we are sinners. Have you ever had that? I'm not a sinner. I'm a good person. Well, the Romans is quite clear. For all have sinned, fall short of the glory of God. He says, I'm not going up to the feast, for my time is not fully yet come. After saying this, he remained in Galilee. But after his brothers had gone up to the feast, then he also went, not publicly, but in private. The Jews were looking for him at the feast and saying, where is he? And there was much muttering about him among the people. While some said, he is a good man. Others said, no, he is leading the people astray. Verse 13, yet for fear of the Jews, no one spoke openly of him. There was people, lots of people who believed. Remember, he fed 5,000. He's been healing people. He's making quite a statement on who he is, but it's not his time to die yet. As we know, it'll happen towards the end of his ministry, and his ministry was 3 years. So, let's see. So after the middle of the feast, Jesus went up into the temple and began teaching. The Jews therefore marveled, saying, how is it that this man has learning when he has never studied? So Jesus answered them, my teaching is not mine, but his who has sent me. If anyone's will is to do God's will, he will know whether the teaching is from God or whether I am speaking on my own authority. The one who speaks on his own authority seeks his own glory, but the one who seeks the glory of him who sent him is true, and in him there is no falsehood. Has not Moses given you the law? Yet not one of you keeps the law. Why do you seek to kill me? The crowd answered, you have a demon. Who is seeking to kill you? Jesus answered them, I did one work, and you all marveled at it. Moses gave you circumcision. not that it is from Moses, but from the fathers. And you circumcise a man on the Sabbath. If on the Sabbath the man receives circumcision, so that the law of Moses may not be broken, are you angry with me because on the Sabbath I made a man's whole body well? Do not judge by appearances, but judge with right judgment. So here they are questioning Jesus still, not accepting him who he is. And he gave a hint here why they don't see. And basically because they are not following God's will. They're not searching God's will. They're after their own intentions. And so they're not seeing Christ for who he is. And in the end, rejecting him. Verse 26, can this be the Christ? Some of the people of Jesus therefore said, is not this the man whom they seek to kill? And here he is, speaking openly, and they say nothing to him. Can it be the authorities really know that this is the Christ? But we know where this man comes from and when the Christ appears. No one will know where he comes from. So Jesus proclaimed as he taught in the temple, you know me and you know where I come from, but I have not come on my own accord. He who has sent me is true, and him you do not know. I know him, for I come from him, and he sent me. So they were seeking to arrest him, but no one laid a hand on him, because his hour had not yet come. Yet, verse 31, extra page here. Yet many of the people believed in him. They said, when the Christ appears, will he do more signs than this man has done? So, again, some people believed, some people didn't. When you live out the gospel, when you live out Christ, when you speak to somebody and you bring them the good news of salvation, some will accept it and some won't. All you can do is do what God's will is. Remember, it's not you, it's God working in and through them. You're just the messenger. You're bringing them the message. And so here again, Christ is hated. He wants to be killed, but he has a plan. It is not his time to be killed yet. That's going to happen in 3 years. So there's nothing they can do. So God's timing and everything. So, when we live our life, when things are getting hairy in this life and scary, we can trust God, even for our lives. He has a plan. God has a plan. We don't have to worry. We can just look to him and know that his plan is faithful. It is true. He will be glorified in it all. We will be held safe. Even if we pass away, if we die, it is well with our soul. We don't have to worry about these things. Again, Pharisees, Jewish leaders are trying to arrest Jesus. Verse 32. The Pharisees heard the crowd muttering these things about him, and the chief priests and Pharisees sent officers to arrest him. Jesus then said, I will be with you a little longer, and then I'm going to him who sent me. You will seek me, and you will not find me. Where I am, you cannot come. The Jews answers him, where does this man intend to go that we will not find him? Does he intend to go to the dispersion among the Greeks and teach the Greeks? What does he mean by saying, you will seek me and you will not find me, and where I am, you cannot come? Amazing. I just thought of this. Here he is saying they will seek him, and in this case, they won't find him. And Jesus tells others, seek me and you will find me. It has to do with our heart and our desire. What is our desires? Is our desires the will of God, or is it our own will? So that is a question. This is our takeaway for today. What is our will as we're seeking to do things? Is it just our will? Is it our selfish intentions? So many times I look at myself and I see the pride that just gets in the way, the selfish, boastful pride, and how much that just interferes with life, with me doing the will of God, with me taking care of my family, with me just even driving down the street. Why did you cut me off? It's not a good thing. It's not Christ living through me. How am I seeking to do the will of God? 37, on the last day of the feast, the great day, Jesus stood up and cried out, "If anyone thirsts, let him come to me and drink. Whoever believes in me, as the scriptures have said, out of his heart will flow rivers of living water." Now, this he said about the Spirit, whom those who believed in him were to receive, for as yet the Spirit has not been given, because Jesus was not yet glorified. So, we go roundabout to where, again, we've said this before, this thing of doing the will of God in our own flesh, we cannot do it. We are sinners. We will trip up. The law is there for us not to obey for salvation. If we try, we're not going to make it, because the law is there to just show us that we cannot obey God. We need the help of the Spirit. Now here, Jesus has been glorified, and we already know this, and we are now have the Spirit living in us. He doesn't live in a temple like he did, but he lives in us. And through the Spirit, through the Holy Spirit, we can obey him. We can do the will of God. It is possible. Holy mackerel, we're at 11 minutes. So I'm not going to read the rest of John 7. It talks more about the division of the people and how some wanted Christ and some didn't. Read through the whole book of John 7, after this is done, or put a pause on it before the prayer, because I do have a really nice prayer that I want to go over from the Valley of Vision. But just remember, our takeaway, the will of God or the will of man? What are you going to choose? That's it. And let's use this prayer. This is from the Valley of Vision. For those who don't know, it's a book, Puritan prayers and thoughts and devotions, and I got this off of Amazon, page 177. If you own this same copy here, God's Cause. And if you need, I'm going to go a little bit slower. Hit the pause button if you need, and think about the words that are being said. And just talk to God. Use it just as a structure to help you. All right. Sovereign God, your cause, not my own, engages my heart, and I appeal to you with greatest freedom to set up your kingdom in every place where Satan reigns. Glorify yourself, and I shall rejoice, for to bring honor to your name is my sole desire. I adore thee that you are God, and long that others should know it, feel it, and rejoice in it. Oh, that all men might love and praise you, that you might have all glory from the intelligent world. Let sinners be brought to you for your dear name. To the eye of reason, everything respecting the conversation of others is as dark as midnight. But you can accomplish great things. The cause is yours, and it is to your glory that men should be saved. Lord, use me as you will. Do with me as you want. But promote your cause. Let your kingdom come. Let your blessed interest be advanced in this world. Do bring in great numbers to Jesus. Let me see that glorious day, and give me to grasp for multitudes of souls. Let me be willing to die to that end. And while I live, let me labor for you to the utmost of my strength, spending time profitably in this work, both in health and in weakness. It is your cause and kingdom I long for, not my own. Answer you. God, answer my request. May it be his will and not ours. Go with God today and be a blessing to all those around you. All right, this is Stephen from Small Family Adventures. Next week we will go into chapter 8 of the book of John. So thank you again. From my family to yours, I hope that you have an amazing day. All right, see you next time. Bye.